Microsoft's AI Copilot is coming to Xbox. Hi, welcome to ZGadgetReview. If you're new here or you've been here before but haven't subscribed yet, I'm on a quest to hit 2,000 subscribers. So I'm going to ask you to help me out by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you. Copilot is the much dreaded AI companion on Windows. And of course, a company makes an investment on something, they want to use it as much as they can and try to make as much money as they can out of it as well. So Microsoft is going to include Copilot with Xbox. It is going to be added later this year on an update. Now, at GDC a few weeks ago, they did a closed-door demo of what Copilot is going to do on Xbox. And yes, we have a small video. Starting with Forza Horizon, here is an example of what it can do for you.
For sure. Let's make those turns smoother for you. Right now, I can see your tire pressures are quite high, especially on the rears. I start by bringing those down just a bit. Say around 27 PSI in the rear and 26 in the front. That should give you a bit more grip and control in the corners.
If you're not aware, on Forza, you can do a lot of customization on your car. You can change a lot of the way the car actually works and runs when you're going in races. Copilot will help you tailor the car, it seems, with this example, based on the race to get the most out of the vehicle. We also have another example of what it can do for you if you're playing Sea of Thieves.
All right, it's my first time playing. How do I get to a ship?
All right, Warlock Home, welcome aboard. First things first, every new pirate in TND starts out from an outpost island. Just head down to the dock area and your ship is usually waiting there ready to go. Now the sloop is your starting ship, super easy to handle solo. So hop on board, raise your anchor, and start figuring out the ropes. And hey, take your time. There's no rush to be a legendary pirate on your first day.
Okay, how do I get on the ship?
Just climb around a bell ladder on the dive there and you'll be on your ship in no time.
So there it works more a little bit as a guide. It seems I have my qualms about this. There's one more, and this is for Diablo 4.
How do I open Duriel's sword?
I see what's on your screen there, Warlock Spawn. So open Duriel's sword. You'll need those corrupted horns of Duriel that the prompt is asking for. Basically, you collect those horns by defeating Duriel himself in the Echo of Duriel boss fight. So you're gonna farm him a couple of times until you get enough horns. Then you can interact with that Zgash and claim the loot.
So as you can see, the AI seems to work as a guide for you to help you when you're stuck in the game, which I guess you can say that it is kind of useful in that way. How they arrived to this usage is because right now you can actually use Copilot in beta on your computer. And of course, the information they have gathered from there, they are going to apply to Xbox. What they said is that 30% of people that used it actually used it to ask questions on how to get around certain things in the game that they couldn't figure out how to get around. And I don't really have a problem with that, because if you've ever played a game, you most likely have gone on something called, I don't know, Google, and search on how to complete a puzzle or how to defeat an enemy. What I don't like about what I've seen here on this AI is that it feels a little too much like hand-holding. And it also makes it easier to not necessarily discover what happens in a video game, which is part of the fun. The part of the fun of when you're playing a game is if you're stuck, to try different things, to try to figure out what you're supposed to do. And yes, eventually you might go and seek for answers on the internet, but you use that, at least to me, as a last-ditch effort, which again, to me, it adds to the fun of the discoverability of a game, being able to find things out about a game while you're playing it. To me, having the AI there makes it a little too easy. It makes it something that I think will ruin experiences for people who are new in gaming, who know that they have this tool available for them to literally hold their hand to play the game. And at what point is the AI pretty much just giving you instructions on what to do and you're executing the instruction? Like with the Sea of Thieves example, to me, that's too much. Like, if you're like, what am I supposed to do here? And then it's like, oh, you got to go and search for a ship. Okay, fine. And then you go search for the ship. But it not only tells the person to search for the ship, it tells them where the ship is, it tells them how to get into the ship and all of that. If you are that obtuse that you cannot figure out a video game like that, then that's a problem on you, not on the game. And AI shouldn't be able to help you. You should be able to figure it out on your own because it's not that hard. And Sea of Thieves, out of all games, it's not that complicated. Sea of Thieves is a game that's made for children. That's made for, I will say, people from, 12, 13 and older. So the game has to be accessible to people because you're not talking about something like Crimson Desert that has different systems and buttons and, ways to do things and things like that. It's a pretty straightforward game. And so if you are confused in Sea of Thieves about how to get on a ship, I'm sorry, but you probably should not be playing video games. You should figure something else. The other thing that is annoying about AI is that AI isn't born knowing anything. Like you and me, we learn things. Not all of it stays in our brains because we're not machines. And then you use that to, navigate through the world and life. AI is different. AI is a machine. And yes, it is born, again, knowing nothing. And so the way it gets the information to teach you how to figure out what to do in these games, where do you think it comes from? Go ahead. Exactly. The internet. From people who have put the work to make these guides, these YouTube videos, these documents for people like you and me to go and look for it and interact with the content so then we can use it to help us out. AI is just searching the internet, grabbing everything, assimilating it, and regurgitating it back to you as information. Now, the question is, what happens with the content creators, like, for example, Macas Guides, that has a huge library of guides? It is definitely using that information and giving it to you. The problem is that Microsoft is making money out of Copilot. Macas Guides isn't making money out of that. Macas Guides isn't getting views because Copilot watched their video. Copilot isn't recommending the video to other people like you or me will do. Again, Macas Guide isn't getting anything out of Copilot scouring the information and using it to give you the information on how to get around. But Xbox is well aware that content creators are important for all this freaking AI to continue working and existing because it has to get the information from somewhere. And it's us stupid humans who are just putting the information out there for these gigantic companies to just come, scrape the internet, steal it, and just giving it to their users as if it's information that, nobody could find before because AI is this big, gigantic, enormous, save the world thing, which is not. Xbox is well aware of it. And they have a solution for it, right? Gaming AI project manager Sonali Yadav. Sorry if I'm not saying that correctly. Spent the last chunk of her time during the presentation talking about how important content creators are to the gaming ecosystem and the need to reward them for their contributions. So how are they going to do that? Are they going to somehow monitor every single source that Copilot uses for information and they're going to, let's say pay royalties to these content creators, to these people who put the work in? Let's see what they say. Gaming AI project manager Sonali Yadav said Xbox is exploring ways to license gaming content from creators that's used by Gaming Copilot to improve the experience of players on the platform. But we don't have any specifics yet on how that will work. That amounts to no, they don't have an answer. They don't know how that's going to work, if it's even going to work. Because at the end of the day, all that AI does is scrape the internet for the information and gives it to you. And a lot of times wrong, because AI not only decides to scrape information and just give it back to you, like that will be good. No, sometimes it decides to analyze the information and give you the information in whichever way the AI decides to give you the information on, which is why AI makes so many mistakes, which a lot of times AI gives you wrong information because of that reason. Not only that, but if AI is watching you play games and stuff like that, that means that it's gathering information from you, right? What information is it gathering? Is it gathering your age? Is it gathering your location? Is it gathering your probably economic status based on like how many games you have or how many games you buy a month and things like that? And not only that, but also the information that it extracts from people playing games, how people play games? How long do they play games for? What kind of TVs they use to play games? And things like that. It's a lot of information that this thing is gathering in the background without really your knowledge, because it can't. It's a lot of things that people don't really think about when a company goes, hey, we're going to add AI to this so it helps you out when you're stuck in a game. I'm okay. I have a phone. I can use my fingers to type a question and find the answer to what I'm looking for. I mean, it's just going to get worse. That's the problem, that things are just going to get worse. AI is going to continue growing. AI is going to continue getting into parts of your life that you never asked it to be in. For example, again, gaming. I don't want Copilot on my Xbox. I don't want to use Copilot for my Xbox or anything like that. They used to have a feature a few years back where you could actually do a split screen and ask questions. If you were stuck in a game, it would use Bing search to find the answer. And that worked okay. And you didn't have to leave your Xbox, and you could do it all in screen. But Xbox freaked out when the Xbox One didn't sell enough and went to crap, and so they got rid of it. But why not bring that back instead of bringing Copilot that no one's asking for? I don't want AI in my games. I'm so fucking annoying with AI. What do you think about Copilot on your Xbox? Is this something that you're looking forward to? Is it something that you will use? Have you participated on the beta? Let me know in the comment section. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.